As Russia-Ukraine peace talks slowly gather momentum, Russia unleashes one of its harshest overnight barrages in weeks. Explosions echoed across Kyiv, apartment blocks were ripped open, and emergency crews rushed through choking smoke, just hours after President Zelensky signaled rare optimism on a US-backed peace proposal. The Ukrainian capital, Kyiv, came under heavy Russian missile and drone fire overnight. Officials say at least 6 civilians were killed, with multiple residential buildings struck, including a high-rise in the Pachaks district, one of the city's busiest areas. Flames tore through several floors before firefighters managed to contain the blaze. The State Emergency Service released these photos on Telegram: twisted metal, shattered glass, and families standing in the streets still in shock. President Volodymyr Zelensky warned earlier that Russia would intensify pressure as peace efforts accelerate. His Air Force issued a nationwide missile alert just minutes before the strikes hit Kyiv. But despite the violence, Zelensky revealed that negotiators have secured major revisions to Washington's draft peace plan, changes Kyiv and European allies warned with caution. The original proposal triggered alarm in Kyiv and across Europe for allegedly giving Russia too many advantages, but Zelensky now says many of the right elements have been taken into account. Zelensky wrote late last night that the new plan could finally outline a realistic path to ending the war. He said sensitive issues will be discussed directly with President Donald Trump in upcoming talks. US and Ukrainian negotiators met in Geneva on Sunday. Russia did not attend and dismissed the revised plan as completely unconstructive. European leaders are also racing to keep diplomacy alive. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer announced a virtual coalition of the willing meeting today with Ukraine's strongest European allies. Starmer warned that this war has already hurt millions worldwide, from energy markets to inflation at home. French President Emmanuel Macron has dismissed key aspects of a Russia-Ukraine peace plan proposed by the US, even as he described it as a good step. In a significant development, CNN reports that US Army Secretary Dan Driscoll is holding meetings with Russian officials in Abu Dhabi. The discussions, approved directly by President Vladimir Putin, aim to prepare the ground for future higher-level engagement. This follows days of intense negotiations in Geneva over a 28-point peace plan drafted by the US, with input from both Ukraine and Russia. But even as diplomacy intensifies, the violence shows no sign of slowing down. Ukraine carried out its own overnight strikes, claiming several Russian military casualties. For civilians in Kyiv, Mariupol, and dozens of towns caught in the crossfire, peace still feels painfully distant.
Subscribe to Oneindia and never miss an update. Download the Oneindia app now.